Hello Leo, and welcome to TenPaths Tarot. My name is Everett and I'm really glad you could be here today. I have asked Spirit to give us some cards. I started with an oracle card. I asked Spirit to set the tone and the message for this reading so I would know in which context to read. And we were given the moose. Now the moose is an interesting animal. It's so big and it's so powerful, so strong. And every year it grows these great antlers. It puts so much work into growing these antlers. And then once it has those antlers, that ability, it fights and it fights. It fights with other moose. It fights with bushes. I have seen them fight with bushes until they're too exhausted to move. And then one day, what happens to those great antlers that they grew and all of those battles? Well, those great antlers one day become too much to bear, and they stand and they shake them off literally, and they fall to the ground. And then that moose has to live more peacefully for the remainder of the year. It's got much less protection. So let's see what cards we have in relation to this moose. We start with the Chariot, and you can see this chariot driver wants to move ahead. He has his sword raised. He is ready to go. He looks so determined. He has a destination. And the deck I'm using, by the way, is the Chrysalis Tarot, which I don't normally use, so these may be new to you. The next is the Nine of Spirals, and in this deck, the spirals are the equivalent of the wands. There are dreams. It's what we want. And in the past, you have felt like I could just say what I want and it will come true. I will make it come true. I will huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down. Just kidding. So after the Nine of Spirals, though, we have the Dreamer, or the Knight of Mirrors. In this deck, mirrors represents cups, our emotions, and our feelings of love. And this gentleman is wondering, do I want to be this forceful all of the time? Has it really been necessary? Is it necessary moving forward? He's thinking about the times he's moved ahead as the tiger. And was that the best way to go? He is getting tired of this high energy life, needing to be high energy all of the time. And now people expect it. They expect you just to always know what to do and go, go, go. And you're going, there must be a better way. But your big fear is that if you let love take over, if you let your calmer emotions take over, knowing how you plow ahead with things, that maybe you'll go too far and become the Queen of Mirrors or the Queen of Cups. Now, the Queen of Cups is someone who gives too much of themselves. And look, they've put themselves into poverty by giving, 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 giving. And that is your fear here. You're looking at that saying, that's not looking so good. So I asked for another set of cards out of a different deck. And along with this Chariot, we have a Knight. More, I've got to go energy. So this is how you're used to handling things. He can barely keep control of this beast. He doesn't want to let go of those reins because that dragon, he's going to run amok. But he's strong enough to wrestle it until needed. He's used to seeking the world, maybe too much sometimes. The world is at your disposal, or it has been, or it's felt like it was possible. And now we have another contemplative energy. We have a knight who is asking for spiritual guidance, just like we have this gentleman above it who is thinking about a different path. So is this knight. He's had his battles. He has his swords. He's framed them on the wall. He has one ready to go. But he's asking Spirit for guidance, asking, is there a better way? I want to transform. The butterflies indicate a desire to transform. And Spirit is saying, I am there for you, and I will guide you through this if it's the path you choose. But you have the free will. Now we've been plowing ahead like this moose, but even the moose at some point in all his grandeur has to drop those antlers, at least for a period of time, in order to grow new ones. If he doesn't recover during that recovery time, then his growth ceases. Then next year he won't be ready for the battles when he needs to be. And Spirit is trying to assure you that you can expand your energy to include more love, to include more positive emotion, and maybe a sense of peace. Maybe drop those antlers for a time. And this isn't the necessary outcome. The moose doesn't stop being a moose when he drops his antlers and rests. He still is a moose, and he'll grow new antlers when the time is right. But for that to happen, he needs that period of rest. It doesn't mean he's going to become this. It doesn't mean he's going to have no energy next year. In fact, Spirit is saying you will have abundance, an abundance of loving energy, more than you can imagine. You won't have this. You'll have this overflowing cup. And that is what Spirit is trying to assure you today, that it is with you and it will keep watch over you. You've been doing great. You can do even more by allowing this period of rest and spiritual and emotional growth. And that is all I have for you today, Leo. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, like, and if you want to, subscribe. I would love to see you every week. Bye for now.